Valorec's announcement in 2010 that it would invest $1.5 billion in a new pipe mill in Youngstown was a major step toward the revitalization happening in the city today.
And speaking of advanced manufacturing.
And while there are no official plans yet, Valorec Star President Judson Wallace says additional investment could be coming in the next 5 or 6 years.
But at some point in the future, that we will have to replace the melt shop, and that can be a very capital equipment to build pipe mills is fairly expensive. So building this new steel mill at some point in the future is a fairly significant investment.
Today, Valorec produces its seamless steel pipe through a highly automated process that Wallace says is about as efficient as it's likely to get. Where he does see room for improvement, however, is in the tooling, and additive manufacturing could be the key.
Got a couple of projects right now looking at areas that we can do more sophisticated tooling than what's available right now that we have.
To do that, they're leaning on 3 other drivers of Youngstown's revitalization: the Youngstown Business Incubator, Youngstown State University, and America Makes. All 4 were represented during the first of 3 panel discussions held Thursday, focusing on strides the area has made through advanced manufacturing and economic development. The event was hosted by the Washington Examiner. Reporter Salena Zito moderated the discussions.
When there's a new industry and new manufacturing that's growing here, I think it was important to have this, to talk about it, to talk about how it's impacting not only the economy but the infrastructure, about the school, and how it's bringing national economic and also academic attention to what and research and development into what they're doing here.
One of the best things about Youngstown's being here is that we can become part of everything that's trying to happen here in Youngstown.
Much of that national attention is due to the high level of collaboration happening in the region, particularly around additive manufacturing, says America Makes Executive Director Rob Gorham.
The ecosystem I think that we're creating in Youngstown is very unique. It's special. I mean, when I travel across the country, you just do not get the sense of community. You never hear YBI talk about themselves without YSU and America Makes in the conversation.
With the arrival of America Makes in 2012 came a pivot towards additive manufacturing. YSU began setting up laboratories and introducing curriculum, and the Youngstown Business Incubator expanded its focus to include 3D printing companies. Stephanie Gaffney, Director of Additive Manufacturing Programs at the YBI, says the incubator has worked with about 85 companies in the past 18 months.
We've seen projects that have a very low impact, upwards of maybe $5,000 to $10,000, where companies have shown improvements on their books of over $100,000 with these projects and applications.
And the work here is attracting worldwide attention. YBI CEO Barb Ewing says they're in talks with 2 companies from Southern California about relocating to the area. And in May, Print CB, an Israeli additive manufacturing company, brought some of its operations to the YBI.
We are seeing those companies reach out to us, say, we've heard about what's going on there, we've heard the buzz, what are you able to do for us? In this area, people are moving here because the cost of manufacturing is in some cases half the amount as it is in other parts of the country.
What's your transportation like? How are your roads?
Still, challenges remain, and infrastructure is one of them, particularly when it comes to highway access, says Eastgate's Sarah Doherty.
A lot of our industry was based on rail access, and although rail is still important, trucking is supposed to grow by over 67% in the next 10 years. So really it comes down to freight and getting access to those sites next to 2-lane access highways. So that's really a struggle for our region, is to make sure we have sites near those points.
717 Credit Union. Business services designed to meet your daily needs. Commercial loans, business deposits, merchant and payroll services. 717 Credit Union. It's knowing you were treated right every time.